I am back. Did you all miss me? And we are all back to the ship. And I've remembered, while I was taking care of my needs, that I had not actually checked on any new recruits. So, hire on more crew? Oh, no, here we go. A new recruit. I probably can't afford anybody, but let's see who's available anyway. Who awaits my attention? Engage an officer, the Presbyterian Adventuress. Afternoon, Captain. Looking for a gunnery officer? I'd like to help you blow up some monsters if you'll have me. She was there last week, and I already have a gunnery officer now. She's very enthusiastic. I don't even have enough to hire this one anyway. Or I can hire another sailor who is cheap but keen. I am going to hold off for the time being. To make my supplies last a little bit longer, I'm going to run around with 7 regular crew and the 3 officers for this time. So, nothing free or lucky here, alas. So, let's set out to sea before I spend any more money. Let's turn off the light and increase the speed. We'll go offer some recent news to the sisters and hopefully get some free supplies. Whoops. You know, if I turn in the right direction. And then once we've visited the sisters, I think that we will attempt following the coast straight south to start with. We'll see how far we get on the supplies that I have. Hunter's Keep. Well, the sisters still aren't receiving visitors without news, so let's have a little explore of the island. Has anything changed? Nope. Let's dangle some news. And we'll continue to go to Lucy because she is the largest amount of terror reduction. Alright, lost 10 terror, gained 1 supply, lost 48 hunger, and continue to have Stone's attention. Thank you, it was a lovely evening. Time to go. And we will take the turn as tight as we can without actually running into anything. And we will try exploring southward because northward has been a bit of an empty bag tonight. And I promptly run into a lamp. I keep forgetting that they're solid objects. And it's a fog bank, which is not terribly helpful for the exploration of anything. The waves... Oh, here we go. The waves are cluttered with Z-wrack, like drowned hair drifting. And a warning about entering a fog bank. Let's turn the light back on. Mutton Island. Does it have a port? It does. And we've gained some fragments at last. I see you, crab. I see you, and I will fire upon you, hopefully before running into you. Whee! Or you running into me. That would also be bad. 2 damage. Oh my. Oh, let go of my ship. Okay. The Megalops defeated. With a forlorn and wailing cry, the Megalops turns on its back, legs neatly folded, as bluish blood gouts from its wounds. Its golden glow begins to dim. Alright, dissect it for knowledge, which is a very modest challenge. A 77% chance of success, or butcher it for supplies. I'm looking at my 9 supplies here. What is this? Bar, come to think of it. I don't know what that bar is. This is the first time this life has killed one of these. Alright, let's dissect it for knowledge. A crab full of conundrums. You set to work with your knives and acids. It is an undistinguished adolescent specimen, a megalops of one of the deep Z crab species, but its eyes, normally vestigial in these troglodytic beasts, are large and rather beautiful. The golden glow is almost gone now, although sparks leap now and then to your knife. I succeeded the challenge! Yay! And I got 25 fragments for that. Ah, and I promptly turned the wrong way. Possibly I should have kept it for food, but Mutton Island, fires on the hillside. Quaker's Haven. Once this simple fishing village was part of the London suburbs before London fell and the waters rushed in. Smoke spirals from cottage chimneys. A lonely hill rises behind town. Alright, we have drinks at the Cock and Magpie. There's only one public house on the island. The Cock and Magpie is famed for its local cider and, of course, the seafood. Explore the shore, wander a little way along the shore from the dock. Pick up a wretched mog. Row, row. A yellow-eyed, mangy, piebald thing winds around your ankles like a manacle chain. You've never seen a cat's mouth open that wide. Presumably, it's hungry. This is a mascot, which is a variety of officer. What does it do? I don't know. Chat to the fishermen. They sail the Z around the island. They mend their nets by the harbor. They see all that happens here, but you'll need coin to open their mouths. That costs 1 echo. Oh boy. Visit the hilltop above town. There's not much wind on the Untersee, but Mutton Island suffers eerie gusts and buffets from an inexplicably local fragment of weather, and the air on the hilltop sometimes carries interesting secrets. That's a modest challenge, which has a 77% chance of success. There's buy supplies from a dockside stall. A rosy-nosed merchant is well stocked with crates of mushrooms and dried fish. It's the best you can do here. Buy fuel from a dockside stall. A woman with soot-stained lips has crates of coal to sell. Why are her lips soot-stained? Is she eating her coal? 20, 30. Oh boy. tricky. Let's visit the hilltop. Peace. You stand on the cliff top, looking over the island's village. Smoke from the chimneys and the cock and magpie drifts straight upwards. There's not a breeze to ruffle your hair, nor to lift your collar. Below you, a young woman carries what could be real flowers, handing them out with a curtsy to everyone she meets. The pages failed the challenge, alas, and that's all, and I've lost a terror. I'm now nervous. Let's spend a coin to chat to the fisherman. Ah, it's generated a port report. That's exactly what I wanted. Little ships and little secrets. Pirates plying the waves. Smugglers at their work. Khanate ships putting in to resupply. Nothing dramatic, but enough to interest the Admiralty. Lost one echo, gained a port report. I don't think I'm going to pick up the Wretched Mog, because that actually takes away the option of using Radis Faber for repairs. And even though that's very costly in supplies, I want to leave that option open. So, unless the shops here are buying, no shops here. Well, I guess we're on our way then. Let us continue further south then. We will attempt to not actually hit the island. That would be very handy. I don't like all this fog. It makes it difficult to discover things. What do we have here? Little ships throng the waters here. The crew grow wistful. They swap old stories of sunlit sea. We draw near the Cumean Canal on the way to the surface. The way to the surface? If there's a way to the surface, why are there still people here? Does my light make any difference in this fog? Discovered the Cumean Canal. 50 fragments. Hooray! A sailor raises her head, sniffs sharply, blood on the wind. Capitalism? As far as I can tell, my terror is still green. Is there a port to put in at here? Yes, there is. Oh, there are gates. There are still people here because they can't afford to leave. Where there are gates, there's someone charging to go through the gates. Alright, here the dark waters run down from the surface from a brighter sea. The Cumean Canal staging area. The canal ascends through locks and gates and shadowed turns to the sunlight of the surface. Fog adds +1 to the terror rate. Ah. So the fact that I was sticking pretty close to shore was handy. Excellent. All right. We have travel to the surface. The sun is dangerous to Neath dwellers like your crew, but the surface has its temptations. Ensure you're well stocked with supplies and fuel, or you may never return. Interesting. Unlocked with menaces yearning, burning no more than 199. I don't know what that means. Unlocked with 2 supplies. Unlocked with 22 fuel. Oh my goodness. Listen for surface gossip. The ships of the surface linger here. This is their lifeline to a warmer place. Gather information for a port report. Many ships pass this way, but perhaps you'll pick up something they missed. Yes, let's port report. Yes. Business as usual. The gates open and shut. The locks remain free from sabotage. If anywhere besides London is safe in all the Untersea, it's here. The surface nations have an interest in keeping the way open. I have now gained 1 perfunctory port report to the Crimean Canal. Oh boy. Well, let's listen for some surface gossip then. Daylight. This would be a prime spot for a pub or wine shop, but the interests of the Echo Bazaar and the laws of London prevent it. They don't like competition. Still, there are temporary, half-legal hostelries in long-moored ships. Here you trade stories with suntanned surface sailors, stories of Paris and Batavia, the lost fires and the final isles. I have 1 vision of the surface now. I bet the scholar would pay a lot for that. Okay, so that is pretty much all there is to do here. I could continue further south, or I could wend east and move up. I keep forgetting that time passes when I'm thinking. I think I will go east and up. It will give me a chance to put in at Quaker's Haven again, and maybe I'll discover another port? Maybe? I'd like to gather more fragments. It would be excellent to get some more secrets. I could really use some more secrets. And sometimes where there's a light, there might be something to see. Maybe. A baked breeze rises, the improbable scent of stone out of some distant desert. You're close to the Salt Lions. Oh, they have moved significantly further south than they had been. They must be around here somewhere. More pirates? Nope, that's a tramp steamer. I'm not going to attack them unless they attack me. Speaking of which... Ouch! Oh, no. No, no, I'm gonna get to port before you can... Haha! I got to port before you could kill me. Salt lions, a vast sorrow in their empty eyes. I would like that not quite a pirate ship. I suspect that's the poet. I would like them to move on. I would really like to get this memory of the surface back to London. I would expect to be paid well for that. 2 basalt beasts, cathedral-sized. They frown eternally at each other across the black waves. The north one carries an encampment. Creeping human figures eat away at its features like rot. Pick, pick, picking. There's a supply dock below. Visit the Unmakers. Muscular pick-wielders rest on camp stools, watching you approach, passing hip flasks around. An unctuous overseer beckons you to sit. Carry Sphinx Stone to London. The Unmakers are here to reduce the salt lines to rubble, 1 block at a time. Help them in their work by carrying the rubble back to London. You will need a deposit and 20 units of spare cargo space. Wah! Salt's rights. The face of the northern Sphinx is all but gone. Lost faces are sacred to Salt, they say. You are drawn there. To what end? Salt's voice is distant but clear. And compile a port report. Time, basalt, dissolution. Well, I had good results from Salt's rights previously. Let's do it. Rights to Salt. Into the Z. Dive from the Sphinx's face, down a clean arc into the Z's chilly darkness. Float there in the quiet until your lungs are bursting, until light blooms behind your eyes. Rise gasping to the prickle of false stars, the shocked faces of a crew. You've brought something with you. Gained 7 terror. My assault's attention has gone, but I have an extraordinary implication. Well, let's compile a port report. My crew is scared of me now. In my previous life, these were quite a bit further northward than here. Alright, a port report for the Salt Lions. Thank you kindly. And we will wait for a bit and hope this ship gives up instead of just circling and waiting for me. So, where are we? Yeah, what I want to do is go westward and slightly north to hit that 1 square. Which unfortunately is the same direction. What is this bar? Can I move it? Nope. Okay, I'm gonna hope that she's far enough away now. West and slightly northward and praying for mercy from the RNG gods. Oh, they're everywhere. They are having difficulty targeting me. Oh, good point. Ow. Go away. I don't want to fight you right now. Oh, boy. We'll put in at Quaker's Haven. Okay. let's explore the shore. Wander a little way along the shore from the dock. A contest of riddles. Fisherfolk, sailors, a shady couple of likely pirates, and is that a drowning? Ah, yes, this is the same as the riddle challenge from before. We have a tough challenge. Bet an echo on one of the simpler riddles. I'm just not good at riddles in this life, apparently. I don't have enough money to be attempting any of these. Alas, riddles are for children. I'm going to need all the cash that I can muster to be able to repair the ship. Because I expect I'm going to get shot at again. Alright. Unanswered questions. You pass on. The drowny laughs at a pirate's joke, and the fire sinks low and blue. That's all for now. Oh, and I can't generate a port report. Oh, that's very unfortunate. Well, I guess we go. Has the ship moved on? Well, we're gonna hope so. And there it is again. However, it is significantly southwards. Oh boy, a crab baby. I'm not going to engage it in combat. Oh, wait. Tutorial has spoken up again for the first time tonight. Terror. Your crew's terror is reaching dangerous levels. You can lower it in certain ports and slow its rise by staying close to land and keeping your prow light on. That would have been useful a dozen terror points ago. I feel like I really shouldn't have to feed the crew when I'm in port in London. Alright. We are not searched again. That is nice. Collect messages. Something has changed underneath. Someone wants to sign on. The blind bruiser attends to business on the dock. That's all for now, and I have gained another day of free evening, and the rose market hasn't changed because I didn't reset it when I should have. Continuing. Well, let's start with the Admiralty office, because that's what we do. Actually, first I'm going to look at my hold. Oh, I have gained 2 secrets. The question will be where and how to spend them, but I have certainly gained secrets, hurrah. Anyway, London, Admiralty office. We have 3 reports. 4! We have 4 reports. Excellent, even better. Alright, Hunter's Keep. 5 Echo and 1 Fuel. The Cumean Canal. Well, if you've been there, I suppose we may as well hear about it. The fee is nominal, though. 5 Echoes. No longer have a perfunctory report. Didn't even get any favor for that. I guess that means that they run the canal? The Salt Lions. The bazaar has always taken an interest in that place. Okay, 20 echoes, 1 fuel, 1 favor, and a new accomplishment, surveyed the Salt Lions. I don't know what that means, but I'll take it. And the Admiral will talk to me again. I don't have anything for him, but he will talk to me again. And Quaker's Haven, been trying the original rubbery lumps, have we? Alright, got 5 echo, gained 1 favor. My visit to Quaker's Haven has been confirmed by the records office, and another fuel. I now have 7 for free. I could ask to speak to the Admiral, but I don't actually have anything for him, so let's go. I'm going to leave that for the moment because to the Alarming Sculler is where I want to go next. We have an extraordinary implication for the scholar. What a tantalizing crumb! The scent of secrets. I will place it with the others. One day I will have enough. 250 echo for that, an increase in favor, and 2 more fragments. Not gonna complain. I can afford to fix my ship now. Alright. Apparently the scholar does not take a memory of the surface. Who does? Ah, in Venderbite. Venderbite wants the vision of the surface. Interesting. I guess we're going to Venderbite next. A northward expedition. And apparently I didn't go far enough south to get coffee, so I don't have any creatures. I have 2 secrets and a remarkable amount of money. Some of which I'm going to have to spend to repair the ship, and some of which I am going to have to spend to reduce terror. Not entirely thrilled about having to spend the money to carouse in Wolfstack docks. There's an 80% chance of success on this. It says unlocked with 10 echo, but in my previous life when I tried it, it ended up costing me 50. So let's carouse and see what happens. A strange night out. You wake up in the back room of Gaston's lamprey, head pounding. You had something to drink, but beyond that, it's a little hazy. Your knuckles are bloody. Your blood, you think, and your shirt bloody likewise. Probably not yours, unless your blood is slick and greenish. You've had better nights out. A difficult brew, Gaston says gnomically. I was unlucky. 3 terror lost, only 10 echo. I have 1 recent news out of that, and lost another day a free evening. So I didn't lose very much money, thankfully, but I did not reduce my terror by very much either. Alas. Sadness. But yes, the Eclatery Air I'm going to speak to here. She improves my hearts. She won't speak to me about anything else. That is unfortunate. This one, it's almost guaranteed that she would increase my iron for secrets. but I think that I would prefer to share my secrets with the engineer to get more veils, because veils is the one that's been failing me the most often. Still got a long way to go to 50 veils. And she tells the same story about engines that she did before. And we'll do it again to get to 30 veils. That will have to do. Alright, back to London. Dry dock. I'm not going to spend my favor this time. I'm still very close to halfway through my hull, so it's not, even for like the savings in Echo, it's not worth spending the favor. So I'm going to go to Leadbeater and Stainrod this time. I've gained 60 hull. New total is 104, which is way more than I needed. It will have to do. And to the shops. I need fuel. I need so much fuel. Actually, no. Before I shop, let me go to my lodgings. Oh, I can't read the news. That is a pity. Alright, back to the shops. You know what? I am going to spend the 100 to get 10 fuel at once. And I end up kind of poor again, but now we are stocked up on fuel and supplies for the foreseeable future. And with this, I think I will explore a bit north of Venderbite. I know that there's at least 2 ports that should be somewhere up there that I have not visited in this life. So that's more Admiralty favor, more money. At least that's the hope. Oh, but wait. I still hadn't checked on the recruits. What recruits are waiting to be seen? The Carnelian, engage an officer, the Carnelian exile. Captain, I know the way, let me show you. The exile is a first officer who increases mirrors and pages, which is fairly awesome, but costs 50 echoes. Oh boy. Engage an officer, the tireless mechanic. Afternoon, ready to offer my services. I'm an engineer, finest you'll ever hire. Treat engines like my own children. Not that I have children, too busy, usually busy. The tireless mechanic increases veils and fuel efficiency, which would be nice, but I already have an engineer. Admittedly, she only increases my veils, but I also got her for free, and this guy's 50 echoes. Or I can increase the crew by 1 for 5 echoes, No, no, I'm not going to be doing any of these. Because I stocked up on fuel, I am not getting another officer today. And I will continue not completing any of my quests because of things. So now that I've checked the recruits, yeah, I'm surprised that there isn't a news to read. I don't remember having done that. But yes, let's go out and visit the sisters. We'll get the report and a box of free supplies. And then we'll head on to Venderbite. I am fairly certain that I overpaid for my ship repairs. Alright, Hunter's Keep. Kite the island. Yep, port report for Hunter's Keep. Dangle some news. Some sort of beetle has invaded your morsel of ship's biscuit. It waggles its antennae impertinently. And continuing with Lucy, thanks to the terror reduction. Lost 10 terror, gained 1 supply. Gotten Stone's attention, still. Back to sea. Oh, bats. I don't want to deal with bats. They're so hard to target. It's not worth it. I don't have to be quite as precious with fuel now that I have as much as I do, but I still don't want to spend that much on fuel and then just burn it away immediately. So the tomb colonies want memories of the surface, do they? Let's find out. Tomb colony of Venderbite. Let's gather some gossip. Generate a nice port report. Okay, so... oh, the shops here will buy the cask of mushroom wine as well. Sure. Although, do any of the other... does the Hollow Temple offer more? Dang, 15 for a memory of the surface. That's barely worth the trip all the way from the one to the other. Oh well, sell it. I'm not going to... or should I? This is more than the scholar offers me. Let's Let's do it. Alright, and the Arcade of Sighs will offer me 23 for the cask of mushroom wine. I will certainly take that. And we're back to a half-decent amount of money. Alright, let's explore the city. Can buy mushroom wine at in London for 21. That's not a lot of profit, though. That doesn't seem really worth it. I would spend more on the fuel and supplies to go between London and Venderbite than I would make in profit. Dissolution. A tomb colonist hobbles towards you. I will not, she hissed fiercely. I will not. Not for me, the sanatorium, nor the emergence. I lived, and I will die. She draws a sword from her sash. You jump back. Tomb colonists, fearless and long experienced, are famed for their dueling skills. She raises the sword, flourishes it, and beheads herself with a triumphant cry. Her head bounces across the ground towards you. I've gained 1 terror. And I've gained a lamentable relic. Apparently I'm going to keep the head. Well, that's pretty much it for this port. Let's take ourselves northward. We've discovered Pickett's Bluff. And a lot of snow and bugger more bats. Please go away. I'm not attacking you. Don't attack me. Discovered Cant's Abyss. I just honestly don't want to deal with it, Demiser. As long as I keep going in a mostly straight line, they can't catch up, so... That appears to be a lighthouse, I think. No, it's just a lamp. Cant's Abyss and Patrick's Lot and a whole lot of empty. Oh, what have we here? Stalagmites loom in the distance like the cranes of Wolfstack docks, but faster, faster, the Corsair's forest. Our lookouts are watchful. I wouldn't... How big is the Corsair's forest? Palmerston's Reach. There's brimstone on the wind. Palmerston? Palmerston's Mount must be around here somewhere. If I can find it in all this fog. Come on, give me something. Find me something. That's a whirlpool. I don't want anything to do with a whirlpool. I have not driven into one yet. The air trembles. A breath of change passes. There's another ship. What are you? I don't know. You're too far out of range. The music changed. Port Palmerston. That looks like a Palmerston's Mount to me. Mount Palmerston found! Brimstone, always brimstone. This is a lot further north and a lot less east than was indicated by the text. Mount Palmerston, sullen lights glow green at the jetty's edge. Behind the port buildings, the island is knee-deep in ash. There are ruins here and there of houses destroyed by fire. Far above, the mountain's top flickers red, just for an instant. Okay, explore the island. Tangles of thorn scrub climb the rocky slopes of the volcano. There are ruins here and there of houses destroyed by fire. Engage an officer, the merciless modiste. Ah yes, you will do nicely. I need a ship, dear heart, and I rather flatter myself that you need me. The merciless modiste is a first officer who increases iron, veils, and hearts. She's very impressive, but I don't have any linen to pay her with. Chat to the port folk about the Brimstone Convention. There was a revolution in hell, and the aristocracy of devils fled here. Here they plot in exile. Deliver your smuggled souls. A hooded figure with a lantern waits at the far end of the quay. Or dig among the ruins. Perhaps the villagers left valuables behind. You could pick over their remains to see what you might find, you ghoul. Matter of luck, 60% chance of success. Woo boy. Let us deliver the souls. It may take away my chance to chat to the port folk about the Brimstone Convention, but I don't want these in my hold anymore. A hurried exchange. You give the hooded shape a sign of recognition. It hisses the reply you expected. You hand over the crate and receive a chitty marked with thief's sign. You'll receive the promised remuneration in London. I've lost one crate of brilliant souls, thank goodness, and I delivered them to Mount Palmerston where I was supposed to. No, I could still chat to the port folk about the Brimstone Convention. That's nice. But first, once again, that may take away chat the group, but explore the island, which hopefully will generate a port report. Tangles of thorn scrub climb the rocky slopes of the volcano. There are ruins here and there of houses destroyed by fire. Running water, fresh water, a welcome sound. A quiet hollow, a stream of sweet dark water, a grove of parasynthetic fruit trees, boughs heavy with symbiotic fungus. Resupply, but keep away from the stream. Trees rarely attack. Fish, as any sailor knows, are chancier. Fish in the stream. Now and again, lazy, menacing ripples disturb the surface. There's more in there than sticklebacks. It's a matter of luck with a 70% chance of success. Oh boy. I'm going to go fishing. Fish, fish, fish. Ha-ha! Well laden, you return to the ship with gull fruit, gloam carp, and freshly filled water casks. This has been a good day. I was fortunate. I gained 2 supplies. Didn't get a port report, though. Oh, but I did lose the chance to go up to the crater, alas. That's okay. Okay, chat to the port folk about the Brimstone Convention. Port report, please? Yes, unlocked with no more than 0. Yes, give me that port report. A shrug and a curse. They don't do us any harm. They stay up there, and we stay down here. If hell's fighting itself, that's good for us all, isn't it? I now have a port report. This trip has become very worth it. I could still dig amongst the ruins. I don't like the 60% chance, though. I'm gonna leave that one be. I got really lucky with the supplies. I'm gonna ride that luck out of port. Now, where are we? Oh boy, we are far away from everything. I don't really want to put in at Guider's Morn again. I have not had good luck there. I've been attacked so many times. I keep losing shipmates there. I could. I worry about how long my supplies are going to last. So what I may do is work my way south and east diagonally. Just try to widen this wedge that I'm sitting at the point of. And then once I'm past Guider's Morn and about where that big ship is tending to lurk these days, I'll turn west back towards London. I think that's the best way to do this. I have plenty of fuel. That is not the problem. But I worry about how long the food will last. I don't give much for my chances against an adult crab. I do have the gunner officer, and she is helping a lot, but she's not helping to deal with the really dangerous stuff yet. Oh right, that's that whirlpool. Let's try to pass east of the whirlpool without getting sucked in, please. Frost found, vast and chilly, a fortress sieged by questions, answers, and riddles. Is there... oh, yeah. There is probably a port around here. But where? I'm going to try... Yes, here we go. Stoddard's Haven. This is in a different spot than it was in my previous life as well. Still quite north, but I'm glad I came this way. Frost found, towers and ramps and galleries and stairs of ice raised and spun like an architect's honey dream. No spider ever wove so complex a web. The towers are utterly pristine, untouched by human life, but a pitiable encampment squats by the dock. The tireless officer is here. He made a really fast run from London, apparently. But yes, pushing further east has definitely been handy, so that was a good suggestion, Demiser. Take tea with the squatters at the dock. Some of them wear the robes of Iremi riddle fishers, some look like Whitehorn folk, but even more ragged, but they do seem a little more practical than either of those peoples. Ask the squatters about the castle. Enter the castle. Create a port report. What is... yes, port report. Yes, please, gimme. Bickering amiably. Not all are Remy or Whitehorn. There's the odd researcher, the occasional deranged ice sculptor, Now and then a very cold, very sad, rubbery man, but for the most part an atmosphere of friendly rivalry reigns. I'm going to take tea, I believe. Let's take tea with the squatters. I have an engineer, Demiser. She's not quite as good as the tireless mechanic, it must be admitted, but she was free, and he costs 20. No, my current engineer does not give me fuel efficiency, but I don't have to pay her in anything more than food. Let's take some tea. A surprisingly warm welcome. We're keeping the steps for the Game of Truths, a helpful real fisher explains as she fills your cup for the third time. Every year, the people of Irem and Wither meet here for, she pauses, contests, she finished vaguely. The difference between a question and a riddle. One day someone will prove themselves enough to enter the castle. You spend a pleasant few hours while the tea is supplemented with Iremi liqueurs, pale white hern beer, and something the riddle fisher describes blandly as snake cake. They offer you fuel and supplies before you leave. We keep enough to spare, the riddle fisher grins. From time to time a captain gets lost and comes up here, and we always feel bad for them. So that's fuel, that's supplies, that I've lost 10 terror and I'm back to nervous. I like it. I will not be engaging the tireless mechanic. I will not be entering Frostbound. Your heart will go on, Demiser. Okay, let's have a bit of a pause. Where am I? Oh, perfectly lined up to drive my nose straight into that square that I haven't explored. And you know, I went over Duggan's Maw there. I resent that half of it is covered with fog. Okay, so pretty much straight ahead, relatively speaking, from here. Oh no, it was Dooley's Rage that I went by. I didn't actually go by Duggan's Maw. I take back my previous statement. Here the slate-black sea is like rippled glass spiked with light from the roof. And this is a big empty square. No fragments for me here. What do we have here? Restless nights. In the watches of the night, you pad softly past the hatch to the crew quarters. A man cries out softly in his sleep, desperately. Another. Inquire about their dreams the next morning. What did they see? A tough challenge, because my page's quality is pretty darn low. Or ignore them. The captain can't be seen to take these things seriously. If I get this wrong, it's probably going to increase the terror, isn't it? I'm a chance it. It failed, alas. Eyes and a face. The whole Neath lit up like a snuffer mask. There's something in the roof, Captain. It is the roof. It's watching us. Eyes and a face. Eyes and a face. You have him subdued. No discipline this time, but you require your first officer to keep an eye on him. I don't have a first officer. I've gained 1 terror. I've gained 10 fragments. Huh. Alright, we continue trending southward of Guider's Morn. I don't want to go there. If I keep going southward to Bonnie's Reefs and then turn west, home, warmly lit windows, company, peace. Thoughts of home come at the strangest times. Where are those reefs? There they are. Shepherd's Wash, the salty hinterland of London, home to hermits, nuns, and shadowy business. Oh, there's something over here. Gilliflower. Oh, it's one of the jellyfish. Whoops. Dang. Fired too soon. Oh, come on. Okay. Gilliflower. The gilliflower is a young jellyfish, a lesser subspecies. Do the dreams of jellyfish become real? In any case, now it's a sad slick of goo dissolving in the sea. Scoop it up, perhaps you can eat it. Better yet, perhaps your sailors can. Or let it disperse. Watch its oil rainbow colors fade. You know what? I'm interested in what this means. When unlocked when survey visage is blank, unlocked when no more than 0 port report of visage. I'm very curious. Let's try the let it disperse. A face? From above, the gilliflower's cap does look a little like a woman's face. She dissolves like smeared paint. You now have 1 Z-story. Z-story. Strange truths are told of the waves and what lies beneath. The lies are even stranger. Okay. That is definitely a thing. I'm kinda damaged now. Might be worth it. Flitterstone Isle. Westergreen's Fire? There must be a port around here. There's too much habitation for there not to be a port. There we go. Discovered Field Haven. Was that one of the places that I was supposed to find? Oh, Wolf's Rift. I am discovering all sorts of things. Something terrible is going to happen to me soon. There we go. Shepherd's Isles. Sheep, lichen, standing stones. Shepherd Isles. Of course, the bearded watchman tells you. There are no actual shepherds on the Shepherd Isles. Sheep are mostly illegal here. No, indeed, it's just the name of the gentleman that found the islands. Greybeard sitting in the village square nods solemnly. No sheep, one says, but plenty o' tails. Ask us anything. A picnic at the Standing Stones. The bearded villagers will sell you mutton stew and kefir and stone bottles of cold, fresh spring water and row you over to the stones. How exactly do they have mutton stew if they don't have sheep? Where is the mutton coming from? Where? Tales of the Standing Stones. The bearded villagers are happy to talk about the local sights. Well, sight. Tales of the Three Graves. Who sleeps beneath the turf over on that island to the northwest? Tales of Thornwell Croft. What about that isle to the north, the one that isn't bridged? Hello, Green. Good evening. Maybe sheep are only mostly illegal? Maybe. I question what they're feeding the sheep. If there are sheep. Now, Tales of Thornwell Croft. What about that isle to the north, the one that isn't bridged? The rest of the Z. Rest of the Z, the bearded watchman scoffs. Here's where you need to be. We don't talk about the rest of the Z. But a sniveling caitiff draws you aside. I got something for you, he promises. But I'll need some of that good stuff from London. A lot of the good stuff. Mouse over the icons to the right to find out exactly what he needs. 2 casks of mushroom wine and 7 supply. That seems terribly expensive. Compile a port report. Oh, yes, my yes. There's been goings on. Engage an officer, the sigil-ridden navigator. Let me guide your ship. I know all the sea, how it was, how it will be. Please, the headaches only stop when I'm working. The navigator is a first officer who increases mirrors and veils. Good things. 50 echo! Oh boy. Port report. Yes. In the bleak light of the false stars. Surface roiling like a porridge pot, up with a roar of steam and flash of fire. 3 widows swimming. Tentacles! Then we saw His Highness. There's rather a lot of this material. That is concerning! I don't know if we can get all 3 of the stories. Let's ask for a tale of Thornwell Croft. I'm curious because I'm probably going to swing that way on my way out. That old devil called Light. We did have a bridge, but the ship of lights came through here once. Hull of shining brass, lamps like stars, all those damned on deck at once. Couldn't tell if they were laughing or screaming. Plowed through the bridge and kept on going. Everyone who tries to rebuild it bursts into flames, so we don't try to rebuild it anymore. 5 fragments and another Z story. Yep, that took out everything except engaging this sigil-ridden navigator. I just don't know that I really have the 50 to spend. I'm certain to get something when I go back to port from my less than legal agent for delivering the souls, but would it be worth engaging this officer? I will take the chance. I will take the chance and I will take the navigator. Relief. Thank you. The nonsense here was a distraction for a while, but Only the Z can help me now. Ah, my God, the air, the air. It's clearer already. Let me chart a course for you. Ah, my head, my head. Alright, I've lost 50 echo, but I've gained a sigil-ridden navigator. To the officers. Assigned to the first officer slot. He looks unwell. Has that tattoo grown since last you looked? Let's see. I can invite him to dine, or I can use him to increase my mirrors. I'm not going to spend the supplies right now. I don't know how long it's going to take me to get back to London at this point. So we will leave him be. But yes, I'm going to swing around this island northward and then pretty much head straight west towards London. That is the plan. Discovered Thornwell Croft. This is where the bridge was and is no longer. Don't want anything to do with that ship over there. Sailing across nominally empty waters. I could go faster if I lit a whole barrel of fuel at once, but the last time I did that, it set my ship on fire. And since I only have 38 hull right now, I'm not into that idea. Far off, very far off, someone screams. Okay, I ended up not going straight west. Let's see. Here the Wilder... Oh yes, that's the Demos Gate? Demos? French names. What do we have here? Oh, it's Demo Island. Yes, okay. Where's this threat that I activated to? Oh, north of me. Okay. I'm probably not going to get a report, but let's pull into port here. See if there's anything interesting. Tea with the Factor, explore the island. Accept a volunteer? Oh yes, that's the same. And compile a port report. That's only going to get me 5. Is it really worth it? Gather supplies. 60% chance of success. Let's take tea with the Factor. I did not do that last time. The poor fellow needs the company, and he can spare an hour. An interlude. You sit on the veranda of the Factor's house, looking out over the fungal jungle, an expanse of green and sour gold. The air is thick with hovering spores. The scones are stale. Even the tea has a hint of mildew. But the Factor is good company. He shares odd stories about the ice and roses of Irem and the monstrosities of the Sea of Lilies, and a little restaurant in Venderbite where he enjoyed the most extraordinary seafood. Venderbite, I know. I'd never met a tomb colonist who could cook. But you must visit the place. Do you know it? My previous life did. This life has not discovered it yet. He also has a load of Bulgus Frond carted aboard your ship. He waves away your thanks. I've eaten so much of the stuff, I fear I might be transformed entirely into fungus. He leans confidentially towards you. It happens, you know, but one does have to eat a rather lot of it first. Lost 2 terror, nervous, gained 4 fragments, gained 1 supply, and I've been told of an exceptionally fine restaurant in Vanderbite. That was pleasant. Well, it costs me nothing, so let's compile a perfunctory port report. Of course, I&M's activities here don't seem that interesting. Nevertheless, record what you can. You now have 1 port report to Mo Island. I could spend the 60%, but I did just get free supplies, so I'm going to leave it. Yeah, unlocked with terror no more than 50, and I have 40. I'm not going to chance it. I'm not going to chance it. My terror is already too high. Okay. From here, it's a swing north and west to avoid sailing directly into the abyss, I think. That light over there is probably a ship that I want to avoid at my current status. That's an odd moving light over. Oh boy. Oh boy. No, 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 no. I do not want to be dealing with 150 HP crab when I'm at hull 38. No! We're going to London. Apparently I went a little too far north. So actually it seems like it might be a good thing? Question mark, that the crab chased me, or else I might not have noticed I swung too far north for quite a long time. And we're making it back into London with so many port reports. All right, collect messages, yes. Something has changed underneath. Someone wants to sign on. The blind bruiser tends to business on the dock. And I've gotten another day of free evening. Everything is as it usually is. First, to the Admiralty. Where'd it go? Ah, here we go. My favor is high enough that I speak directly to the Admiral. Submit my port reports. Yes, I would very much like to do that. I have so many. And what is the day-to-day like on those farther shores? Okay, Hunter's Keep. 5 Echo, 1 Fuel. Vanderbite, which is the other one that I've already been to, so 10 Echo, 1 Fuel. Huh. The Shepherd's Isles one is interesting. Let's start with Mount Palmerston, since there aren't multiple versions of it. Brimstone Convention. They trouble me, Captain. 40 echo, very nice. 1 favor. My visit to Mount Palmerston has been confirmed, and I gained 1 fuel. We're going to leave the Shepherd's Isles ones for last. Here we go. Frost found. Is it as beautiful as they say? I doubt it. Poets are notorious liars. But liars make bad poets. A paradox, isn't it? Never mind. Your report? Okay, 30 echo, 1 fuel, 1 favor, and I have a new accomplishment. Yay. Alright, Demo Island. You've been to Demo's Gate. 20 echo. My visit to Demo Island has been confirmed. Oddly, it wasn't the first time around. And 1 fuel. This is excellent. So much free fuel. Free fuel. Okay, so the Shepherd Isles, we have submitted as fact. We do hear some peculiar tales of that place, which counts as a high-risk challenge with only a 24 chance of success because my Veils is low. Or Shepherd Isles submit as unsubstantiated hearsay, which is no challenge at all. I don't give much for the 24% chance. I'm not going to risk it. I'm going to go for hearsay. Shepherd Isles? Oh, I've heard of the place. Definitely heard of the place. Friendly scoffing. I agree. It does seem implausible. So many of the stories from that place do. Still, there is a little gold of truth in the mud of rumor from time to time. Your payment, Captain. I've gained 10 echo, 1 favor. I have a new accomplishment, surveyed the Shepherd Isles, and more fuel! Haha! Do I have anything the Admiral will pay for? I do not. Alas. So, now that we've spoken to the Admiralty, I'm going to speak to my less than legal agent. Souls delivered. What a propitious and encouraging occasion this is to meet again here in this place, which has been so very fortunate for us both. Allow me to shake you warmly by the hand, since you have demonstrated your unswerving commitment to fair dealing and honest conveyage. Very good. My patron will toast you. Accept payment. You do need to cover your costs. Or refuse payment. Announce to the blind bruiser that this pays your debt, and you're done. Accept the payment. Accept the payment. An encouraging leer. Here's your compensation and a little fuel and a few barrels of biscuits, what a certain other captain has widely surrendered for the common good. I will take the good word to my patron, and if I am a man of my word, we will see each other again. Unless a whale eats you, of course, in which case I hope you will not think poorly of me for wishing that we will not. Gained 200 coin, 5 fuel, and 2 supplies. I mean, this does mean that my illegal dealings are going to continue, but I have enough money to maybe upgrade my ship? Maybe? A little request. Oh boy, right off the bat. Once more we find ourselves here on the quayside, what I suppose you might say the lip of the well of opportunities. Let us both drink deeply from this well, by which I mean my patron has a task for you. Take a payment across the ocean and bring back a little package. Agree. Of course, if you return to London without the little package, I will probably have something sharp to say about it. Or refuse, announce to the blind bruiser that your debt is paid and you're done. Does this mean that I have to do it before the next time that I return to London? Chance it. The trick is not spending. Thank you for the lurk, friend zone. The trick would be not spending the payment that he offers. Okay. We'll accept it. The tutorial activated. Such wealth! You've earned enough echoes to buy better equipment for your ship. Click on the Shops tab. A new engine or deck weapon would be a good first purchase. Oh, that does not give me a good feeling about how much an engine would cost. Here's the money. Don't lose it. Now bring the package back here, and it is my hearty recommendation that you avoid the ungentle attentions of the excise, on account of if you return without the package, it is no interest to my patron whether you have lost it or had it taken from you. Good luck, good luck. If you return to London without an unstamped crate of brilliant souls before completing this task, there is a risk that the blind bruiser will take offense. 1,000 echo! You've been asked to collect a package from Khan's Heart in the Salt Steppes. Which is also where the Admiralty wanted their report from. I think I'm sailing east this time. We're pretty much going to go straight east and try to figure out things. I don't like this at all. I don't know that I have enough supplies. I'm just going to write down the 1,000 so I don't forget not to spend that. There we go. Ugh, so much money I can't spend. All right. Alarming Scholar, do you have anything for me? Please, God. Oh, the Alarming Scholar will take Z stories. And lamentable relics. Oh, good. Alright, how much do you pay for a Z story? Difficult dictation. Thrilling. Let me hear every detail. First, I must find my fountain pen. Oh, how regrettable. It has a spider impaled on the nib. Excuse me, let me... Good heavens, it's still alive. Pass me that volume of Gibbon. There we go. Do you have another pen? 10 echoes. Oh boy. Well, let's sell him the other one. Oh, favor has increased to 4. Whatever that does. Does it increase what they pay for things? I keep calling it. I keep calling them he. I should not. They or they. Well, the only other thing I have is this lamentable relic. Not a scientific curiosity, necessarily, but the scholar has a collection, or something. Do you pay well? A beaming smile. This would be so terribly wasted in an ossuary. They buff the serranium with a sleeve. I think a climbing briar rose will suit this one rather well. A yellow rose, perhaps. Thank you so much. We'll keep this between ourselves. 5 whole echo. Disappointment. Okay. We're going to try the shipyard here. Symphilis class steam launch. Possibly there's a reason you might want to set to Z on a boat the size of a dining room table. Possibly. There's the Pandora Legia class steamer, which is what I have. The next one up is the Lampid class cutter, cramped and fragile but remarkably nippy. 3,000! Oh boy. Well, a new ship entirely is definitely not happening. The shops. Caro's naval surplus, perhaps? Torpedo components. A deck gun. I think I already have that one. Torpedo nets. These are definitely guns. Lots of guns. These are more new guns. We are clay? We are clay. We will work. We will only work. This trio of clay stokers will reduce crew requirements, but also crew capacity, and will slightly increase engine power. They are fitted to an auxiliary slot. When they are not in use, they will stand patiently, hands by their sides, flat gray eyes unreadable. One will say sometimes, "I like it when it's quiet." That's weird. That is 100% weird. The Iron and Misery Company. More powerful engines consume more fuel but increase speed, essential for large, slow ships. Okay, so what I currently have is a serpentine, going by this. A shimmering complexus of steel and glass. In its heart, a serpent king rages, or so the magician claims. Interesting. Secure compartment. Ensure that no one gets in without the key, in or out. This will help protect against acquisitive passengers and over-lively cargo. Don't know about that. These are beyond my means. These are indeed beyond my means. Bultitude's House of Vision. Bultitude's political convictions may be suspect, but his ship's lights are reliably excellent. This is tough. These are all very expensive. Well, let's go to my lodgings, read the papers. I got one supply, lost one terror, gained recent news. That'll be worth some free supplies over at Hunter's Keep. If you don't have the echoes to go out roistering, best stay at home. This will reduce your terror, heal a wound, and give you a restful night. The question is, will it reduce my terror more than going out roasting on the town, or less? Because I could really use some major terror reduction here. There's carousing in the Wolfstack docks. It will reduce your terror. You might run into trouble or romance. An 80% chance of success. Well, let's check out the new recruits. I only have a cook slot available right now, but... Presbyterian Adventuress. Afternoon, Captain. Looking for a gunnery officer? I'd like to help you blow up some monsters. She is always here. She really wants to blow up some monsters. Or just a plain, straight-up sailor. No, not today. I'm not sure what to do. I really want to reduce my terror, though. The hull also needs repairs. Okay, let's repair the ship first. I don't want to spend the Admiralty favor. I'm just not close enough to. Let's use Leadbeater and Stainrod. And that has completely filled my hull. Everything is good. Everything is copacetic. I'm going to need so many supplies and fuel to go to the Far East and come back again. I will try a night in to reduce terror. I don't have a wound, but maybe a restful night will help reduce terror as well, maybe? Please? Have a nice rest. The rats keep you awake of nights with their muttering and skirmishing, but the bed is warm and the door has a lock. Lost 10 echo, lost 1 terror! I now have 1 restful night. This will strengthen you when you struggle against nightmares. That one terror. 1 terror for 10. That's not. I am not amused by that. Okay, we're gonna try a carouse. Luck be a lady. Fortune! A marvelous night out, sea shanties, fine food, and the warmth of a pub fire, and something more. Lost 5 terror, oh boy. Lost 10 echo. I have another recent news. Now I have 2. No, I only have 1. You can't collect more than 1 at a time. And I've lost a free evening. Oh, trouble in romance. That night in Wolfstack you find yourself sharing a table with a likely lass. She tipsily claims to be a spy. Whatever she is, she's easy to like, and when the evening ends, you're still together. A dapper chap, an elegant fellow with a Presbyterian accent and an unexpectedly delighted laugh. By the evening's end, it seems natural that he should accompany you home. Someone whose name you do not afterwards recall. Your only love is the Z. You'll take comfort where you find, but that's all it is. A likely lass or a dapper chap? I'm not going to go for the nameless one-night stand, I think. Let's see. Unlocked with no more than 0 of a locket with a likely lass's portrait. Or what the dapper chap's portrait. Oh my. You know what? Let's go with the lass. I'm feeling lass tonight. An interlude. The next morning, she gives you a pewter locket. As you reach for it, she grips it briefly in her fist. "Don't you dare forget me," she says. You now have 1 locket with a likely lass's portrait, and I've lost 3 terror. These terror reduction things do not seem to be terribly effective. I'm a little disappointed. Okay, supplies. We need so many supplies. We have 300-ish to spend. We are going far. We will need a lot. So, 10 fuel, 10 supplies, I think. That will spend the whole 300. But if we are going to the Far East, I feel like we're going to need it to go there and come home. Fuel. What do you mean I can't buy? Oh, the 1,000 doesn't count as my money, does it? This is going to be a problem. Okay, I guess this is what we're doing. This is not as much food as I would have wanted for this. Okay, what do I have in my hold? I have a barrel of honey, I have fuel, I have supplies. Oh, I have 2 secrets. I should spend my secrets. I'm going to continue raising my veils with the Gall-eyed engineer, I believe. That was all my secrets. It's time to set out for the Khanate. I hate that the map always ends up way over there. So I think the best choice is to visit the sisters and then just go straight east. It seems the best option. I don't know how far I'm going to make it tonight, given that it is nearly midnight, which is my nominal end time, and I don't really want to end in the middle of the ocean. But I can at least make it as far as the Hunter's Keep. Straight into the lamp because I'm just built that way. I must admit I'm not 100% looking forward to this trip to the Far East. I feel woefully unprepared. Oh, things have changed. You smell damp stone and faintly blood. Go up to the house, crunch across the gravel up to the door. The brass of the door knocker is tarnished. The paint is beginning to peel into the salt sea air. No one answers, but the door is unlocked. What has happened to the sisters? We have a 2/3 chance of getting this right. We're gonna try it. Words in darkness. Oh, this is a success. All right. The hall is dark. The parlor, too. There are signs of disturbance here and there. A smashed cup, an overturned piano stool, scratches on the walls. You bend to pick up a page of paper and hold it to the light. It's an unfinished poem. You think the handwriting might be Phoebe's. The absent moon, the gnawing hunger in the heart, the well, the sea, a great many crossings out. There are sounds from downstairs, from the kitchen. You push open the door cautiously. Something clings to the ceiling. Something turns yellow eyes to you and hisses. Okay, succeeded in the challenge, but what have I found? I've explored the silent house on Hunter's Keep. I've gained 1 terror. I've gained 10 fragments. Something somewhere has changed. But what? Beyond the sisters not being here. My free supplies! Continue? The thing in the kitchen. The yellow-eyed maid clings to the ceiling like a lizard. Oh no! Oh no, 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 no. Alright. The thing in the kitchen. The yellow-eyed maid clings to the ceiling like a lizard, fierce and wiry in her ragged uniform. She hisses furiously. When you advance a step, she scurries away to the far end of the room, still on the ceiling, weeping. Catch her with a net. She's dangerous, and somehow you suspect you may not have much time, which is a very chancy challenge of iron, 46% chance, or coax her down. Whoever and whatever she is, she's suffering. A chancy challenge with a 59% chance of success. Well, I am personally inclined to try to coax her down, so I'm going to attempt that one. It also has a slightly better chance, but neither of these are good. Neither of these are good. Success! Oh my goodness! Down she comes. You try to question her. Those poor sailors, she spits. You realize that in all the time you spent at Hunter's Keep, she had never spoken. The poor sailors! I didn't come here for this. Damn them to the well! She's finished the meat. She returns to the ceiling, a single inhuman bound. I lost supplies. I gained more fragments? I don't know. Something awful happened here. I could search the house, which has a 39% chance of success, or I could loot the house. It's robbery, not salvage, but if you don't, someone else may. The maid's not gonna forgive me for this, but I'm gonna loot the house. Looting. Uncertain loyalties. The crew spread out whatever they can. They're not happy. Few of them signed on to be robbers. They return with their arms full of both junk and treasures. The sisters have, or had, an awful lot of junk. Outside, the sea sows. Sows? Gained 2 terror. I now have 2 outlandish artifacts. 1 watchful curio. There's a guy in London who will buy that from me. And I explored the house. Okay, change of plans. We're going back to London. I have no idea what happened here, but whatever it was bad. Oh my God, Green, you're right. Okay, not going back to London. I did not get that package because I have not been to the Far East. Thank you so much for reminding me. Okay, so, heading east. No, not the crab, not the crab, not the crab. The crew is laughing at my fear of the crab. Your echo is also in the mail, Green. I wish I'd been able to afford a better engine. It would go through fuel faster, but it would be nice to go faster. The big crabs, when they notice me, are just about as fast as I am. And I'm only barely faster than the bats, and I would really like to be able to run away more effectively. Do I want to stop in at the Shepherd's Isles? Sure, why not? We'll just go back in the way that we left previously. And possibly that is where I will log off for the night, and then when we return next week, because I will continue playing this for Try Not to Die Thursday next week, we can continue further east in this incredibly thick fog. Oh no, no, I don't want to engage you in combat, no. I just want to put in at port and be peaceful. Okay, same text as before. Let's compile a port report. We will not have a picnic. Well, I got the Tale of Thornwell Croft, so do I go for the Standing Stones or the Three Graves? Let's get the Tale of the Standing Stones. That seems the possibility of being the least terrifying. Doesn't directly involve death at first glance. True as I stand here. They were sisters from the Sisterhood over on Abbey Rock. Came here hunting a renegade who served the god called Stone. Ran her to ground here, and she called on the god. And the god struck 'em all to pillars of rock. Stand close and quiet, and you'll hear him weepin'. Gained one tale of terror. Gained the one terror that I had taken away, and that is all for now. Not entirely helpful. Okay, that has concluded everything that the Isles have to offer, unless they have, well, they do have shops, but I don't really have money to spend. At least not this amount of money. Harbor provisioners, a sluggish and hostile merchant squints warily. A few goods of indifferent quality are available. I have 33 out of 40 cargo. That is, I'm a lot more full than I thought I was. I don't have anyone who will increase my pages. That is the unfortunate part. That will allow me to accumulate secrets faster, but I do have a secret to spend, and I don't want to deal with that ship. Let's use our navigator to raise my mirrors. He'll take my mirrors up to 100 if I let him. That is awesome. I'm sorry, it's the pain. No, this is what you wanted, I think. He's eager to instruct you, like a drowning man striking for air. But he struggles to put words to his understanding. Does his sigil give him insights, or is it old learning he has failed to forget? Okay. That was pretty handy. I wonder, come to think of it, I haven't tried to speak to the air for a while. Nope, I still can't talk to her about her father. Very strange. But yes. I could go a bit south to figure out what that Westergren's fire in Wolf Rist is going on, but I think that the thing to do next week will be to go east. However, that is next week's problem. This week we are going to log out here at the Shepherd's Isles, facing east as east we must go. And we'll see what happens. And I thank you again, Green. I nearly went back to London without the package that I had been sent for, and that would have been a very bad thing indeed. I don't think this life would have lasted very long after that. And I like this life. It's been reasonably successful so far. So, next week, it's eastwards. This has been a very interesting night. I personally have failed to die, so Try Not to Die Thursday is a success, despite the death count of the crewmates that I keep losing to that one the Pirates Port Report. Sorry, sailors, you died so that I could have more money. Which, yeah, it's as bad as if I knifed them myself, really. However, it was still fun and very interesting, and it was nice to uncover a bit of the plot. So I can't complain. My previous session of Sunless Sea, in case folks are wondering why I keep referring to my previous life, is available on my YouTube channel, which the link I've just put up here. And I will return again on Sunday night at 10 p.m. Eastern Time, where I will be continuing to play Disco Elysium, an RPG where I am playing as a detective who is trying desperately to drown himself down the neck of a bottle of any kind of booze he can get his hands on, and solve a murder mystery at the same time. And it appears that, this upcoming Sunday, I'm actually going to be investigating something to do with the murder mystery instead of the slew of other mysteries that have crossed my plate instead since I started. So there will be actual objective progress, maybe? Question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark, on Sunday. And then after that, I will return again on Wednesday evening at as close to 7 p.m. as people can be gathered together. So most likely somewhere between quarter after and half past, question mark again, to play Among Us with a group of my local writer friends. And then Sunless Sea will return again for Try Not to Die Thursday on Thursday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time, and I hope to see everyone there. In the meantime, it has been a great evening, and I hope that for everyone it continues to be a great evening. Have a great night. Good night.